Japan, a country of stunning landscapes, cutting-edge tech, and earthquakes. But why does Japan face so many earthquakes? The answer lies deep beneath our feet, where colossal forces shape the very ground we stand on. How does it prepare for them? And could a megaquake hit again soon? Let's dive into the tectonic truth of Japan's shaky reality. To understand Japan's tumultuous relationship with earthquakes, we must first journey to where it all begins, the Earth's tectonic plates. Imagine massive, continent-sized slabs of rock constantly shifting, grinding against each other, shaping the planet's surface. Japan sits precariously at the intersection of four tectonic giants: the Pacific, Philippine Sea, Eurasian, and North American plates. It's like building your house at the crossroads of four crashing tectonic highways. This volatile location, right on the edge of what's called the Ring of Fire, is the source of Japan's beauty and its vulnerability. Volcanic activity, a byproduct of these tectonic clashes, gave birth to Japan's majestic mountains and volcanic hot springs. But it's also a constant reminder of the immense power simmering beneath the surface. The Pacific Plate, the largest of these tectonic titans, relentlessly grinds westward, diving beneath the Philippine Sea Plate. This process, called subduction, is the primary culprit behind Japan's frequent earthquakes. Imagine a rug being pushed against a wall, slowly buckling and folding. That's similar to what happens when these plates collide. Immense pressure builds up until something has to give. And that give is often a sudden, violent release of energy, an earthquake. Japan also sits atop a network of smaller fault lines, cracks within the Earth's crust, further increasing its susceptibility to seismic activity. This precarious position on the planet's surface has shaped Japan's history, culture, and very existence. It's a constant reminder of the raw power of nature and the resilience of life in the face of it. Now let's delve a little deeper into the science behind these tremors that shake Japan. Think of the Earth's crust as a jigsaw puzzle, and Japan is right on the cracks. These cracks, the fault lines, are where the action happens. As the tectonic plates move, ever so slowly mind you, just a few centimeters a year, they create friction along these fault lines. It's like rubbing your hands together. The more you rub, the more heat you generate. In the Earth's crust, this rubbing builds up immense pressure over time. Imagine compressing a spring. Eventually, it's going to release that pent-up energy. When the pressure along a fault line exceeds the strength of the surrounding rock, it snaps, releasing a burst of energy in the form of seismic waves. And that's what we feel as an earthquake. The point where the rupture begins, deep beneath the Earth's surface, is called the hypocenter. The point directly above it on the surface is the epicenter, and that's usually where the shaking is strongest. Imagine dropping a pebble in a pond. The ripples spread out from the point of impact, weakening as they travel further away. Seismic waves behave similarly, radiating outward from the hypocenter. The intensity of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale, a logarithmic scale where each whole number increase represents a 10-fold increase in wave amplitude and about 31 times more energy released. An earthquake measuring 5 on the Richter scale is 10 times more powerful than a magnitude 4. Understanding these fundamental principles of plate tectonics and earthquake mechanics is crucial to appreciating the challenges Japan faces and the innovative ways it has learned to adapt. Japan's history is inextricably intertwined with earthquakes. These seismic events, some devastating, others merely tremors, have left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche, shaping its architecture, culture, and disaster preparedness. Each quake, a stark reminder of nature's power, has also served as a harsh but invaluable lesson. One of the most significant seismic events in Japan's history was the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923. This massive earthquake, estimated at a magnitude of 7.9, struck the Kanto Plain, home to Tokyo and Yokohama, with devastating force. The ground shook violently for almost 10 minutes, leveling entire cities, igniting firestorms that raged for days, and claiming the lives of over 140,000 people. The Great Kanto earthquake was a turning point for Japan. It exposed the vulnerabilities of traditional building methods and the need for better urban planning and disaster preparedness. In the aftermath of this tragedy, Japan embarked on a path of learning and innovation. Building codes were revised with a focus on earthquake-resistant structures. New materials and construction techniques were adopted, leading to the towering skyscrapers that define Japan's modern skyline. But it wasn't just about concrete and steel. The Great Kanto earthquake also highlighted the importance of community resilience and preparedness. Another pivotal moment came in 2011 with the Great East Japan earthquake, also known as the Tohoku earthquake. This time, it wasn't just the ground shaking that wreaked havoc, but the monstrous tsunami that followed. The earthquake, a magnitude 9.0, the most powerful ever recorded in Japan, triggered a series of waves that reached heights of over 40 meters, inundating coastal communities and causing widespread devastation. These historic events, etched in the collective memory of Japan, continue to shape the nation's approach to earthquake preparedness. Living with the constant threat of earthquakes has woven resilience into the very fabric of Japanese society. It's a story of cutting-edge technology working hand in hand with a culture deeply rooted in preparedness and community spirit. In Japan, resilience is not just science, it's part of the culture. Let's start with the technological marvels that make Japan a global leader in earthquake engineering. Take a look at Tokyo's skyline. These aren't just buildings. They're feats of engineering, designed to sway and absorb seismic energy, not crumble under its force. Many modern buildings incorporate base isolation systems, giant shock absorbers if you will, that separate the building from its foundation, allowing it to move independently during an earthquake. Others use sophisticated damping systems like giant pendulums or water tanks to counteract the building's sway. But it's not just about protecting buildings, it's about protecting people. Japan boasts one of the world's most advanced earthquake early warning systems. Sensors across the country detect the initial tremors of an earthquake and instantly relay information to broadcasting stations and smartphones. This gives people precious seconds, sometimes even a minute or more, to take cover, stop trains, and shut down critical infrastructure before the strongest shaking arrives. Beyond technology, Japan has cultivated a culture of preparedness that permeates every level of society. Earthquake drills are a regular part of life, from schools to workplaces to communities. Communities organize regular disaster preparedness exercises, practicing evacuation routes, setting up emergency shelters, and honing their skills in first aid and search and rescue. The Japanese concept of kizuna, which translates to bonds or connections, encapsulates this spirit of community resilience. When we think of earthquakes in Japan, we often picture buildings swaying and the ground trembling. But there's another, often more devastating threat that often accompanies these seismic events, particularly those originating offshore tsunamis. When the earth moves beneath Japan, the sea often rises above it. Imagine the ocean floor as a giant bathtub. Now picture a sudden violent shift in that bathtub's floor. That's essentially what happens during an underwater earthquake. The displacement of the seafloor generates a series of massive waves that radiate outward from the epicenter, like ripples in a pond but on a colossal scale. These tsunami waves, unlike regular wind-driven waves, travel at incredible speeds, sometimes exceeding 500 miles per hour, as fast as a jet plane. And as they approach shallower coastal waters, their speed decreases, but their height increases dramatically, forming towering walls of water that can surge inland for miles. The 2011 Tohoku tsunami provided a stark demonstration of the destructive power of these waves. What began as a tremor deep beneath the ocean floor quickly transformed into a series of waves, some reaching over 130 feet high, that crashed into Japan's northeastern coastline, wiping out entire communities and causing widespread devastation. But Japan has learned from these tragedies. In the aftermath of the 2011 disaster, the country has invested heavily in strengthening its tsunami defenses. Massive seawalls, some taller than 40 feet, have been erected along vulnerable coastlines, acting as barriers against incoming waves. Early warning systems, similar to those for earthquakes, have been implemented to detect tsunamis and provide timely evacuation orders to coastal communities. While Japan may be geographically distant, its experiences with earthquakes and tsunamis hold profound lessons for the entire world. What happens in Japan doesn't stay in Japan, it shakes the world. The interconnectedness of our globalized society means that a major earthquake in one part of the world can have ripple effects that reach far beyond its epicenter. Take, for instance, the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. This disaster not only devastated Japan but also disrupted global supply chains, causing billions of dollars in economic losses worldwide. Japan, a major manufacturing hub, saw its factories shut down, leading to shortages of critical components, from automobiles to electronics. The disaster also highlighted the interconnectedness of critical infrastructure. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, triggered by the tsunami, raised global concerns about nuclear safety and the potential for transboundary impacts of radiation leaks. But Japan's experience also offers valuable lessons in resilience and disaster risk reduction. Its advanced earthquake engineering, early warning systems, and culture of preparedness serve as a model for other earthquake-prone regions around the world. The question that lingers in the minds of many is not another major earthquake will strike Japan, but the tectonic forces that have shaped this archipelago for millennia are relentless, and the potential for a big one, an earthquake of unprecedented magnitude, remains a constant threat. Japan is ready, but is the world? Scientists and seismologists closely monitor Japan's fault lines, analyzing seismic activity and running simulations to assess the likelihood of future earthquakes. While predicting the exact timing and location of an earthquake remains elusive, the data suggests that a major earthquake, potentially exceeding magnitude 9.0, is not a matter of but. The Nankai Trough, a massive fault line stretching along Japan's southern coast, is of particular concern. Experts estimate that a major earthquake in this region could trigger a tsunami even more devastating than the 2011 event, potentially impacting millions of people. But Japan is not standing idly by. It continues to invest heavily in earthquake and tsunami preparedness, strengthening its infrastructure, refining its early warning systems, and conducting regular drills to ensure its citizens are ready. New technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning are being incorporated into early warning systems, aiming to provide even faster and more accurate alerts. Building codes are constantly being updated, incorporating the latest advancements in earthquake-resistant design. Japan's earthquake story is one of tragedy and incredible resilience. From high-tech skyscrapers to community drills, it's a country that refuses to fall. What can we learn from them? If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know. Would your country be ready for an earthquake like Japan's?